Hey there, I'm Blake from Chicago, and if you think your mom is a nightmare, then brace yourself to meet mine. And for your good deed for the day, like and subscribe. Growing up, my mom wasn't like other moms. While other moms cheered at soccer games and brought healthy snacks, my mom came armed with a megaphone. I've seen more defense in a game of musical chairs. You call that a tackle? This is how you tackle. Shake it, Blakey. Keep that butt perky. Makes for a solid defense, trust me. Yep. First mom to ever get banned from our kids' Sunday league. After the games, other moms would take their kids out for ice cream, and I wanted to go with them. But mom would take me for picnics in the park instead with no swings. And strangely, she liked to wear a wig and always ended up meeting lots of strangers and giving them things from our basket to help out the homeless. But that man just drove off in a sports car. Luckily, I was raised by my gran because mom was often away on business trips. But after she left on this super long business trip, all my friends were suddenly giving me the strangest excuses to avoid hanging out with me. Mom said we're all sick and contagious. We have to take the dog to therapy. I didn't understand what was happening, and I was hurt by their behavior. Then things went from bad to worse when this boy Ronan joined our class. He skipped school a lot, and when he was in, he was always getting in trouble for skateboarding in the corridor. But he could do the best skateboard tricks ever. I would have done anything to talk to Ronan, but sitting alone with a lunchbox as your only friend does not impress guys. One day in class, Ronan showed everybody something on his phone. They all laughed, looking at me. I couldn't help leaping forward and grabbing the phone from him. And that's when I discovered my mom's mugshot. Yeah, you know, like the ones they take when you go to jail. Shockingly, my mom didn't look guilty or scared. Not at all. She had this great big smile on her face. Yeah, I know, she so needs to whiten her teeth. Anyway, that's how I found out mom wasn't on business trips. She was just going in and out of jail. So this is why nobody wanted to be my friend anymore. And the worst, this rich popular girl called Sybil, who held these cool Halloween parties that I dreamed of getting an invite to, even put her cell phone in her bag and said, "Keep your precious things close. Who knows? Like mother, like daughter." I felt devastated and ran home. Gran then told me everything. Your mom likes to think she was some big-time gangster, but really, she's just like the burglars in Home Alone. Listen, Blake, if she ever tries to contact you and asks for help, do not listen to her. Call the police. But Gran, she's your daughter. She is, but I learned the hard way that she can't be trusted. Sooner or later, she will let you down. It was a lot for me to process. When I finally got the courage to go back to school again and face Ronan, fate did its thing. He had slipped while skating on the stair rails, crashing into the principal and getting suspended. It was the best news I could hope for. Everyone turned and stared when I punched the air and shouted, "Yes!" and had to pretend I was swatting a fly. I tried to put the whole thing behind me, and over the years, I got used to not having a mom around. I started to make some friends, and even Sybil once half smiled at me. Finally, things seemed to be looking up for me. But one day, after Grandma headed out to church, I got back from school and, surprise, surprise, guess who was lounging in the living room, feet up, watching TV, and munching on the last of my Cheerios. Yep. Mom, what are you doing here? They let you out for good behavior? Almost. Actually, I busted out of jail. What? Don't tell me you dug a tunnel. Nah, I just bribed some officials and they snuck me out on a laundry basket. Just don't tell anyone I'm here, especially your gran. Hold on, I can't do that. Why did you do this? Because I missed you too much, Blake. I know I've made some mistakes, but I just wanted to spend time with you and get to know the person that you've become. But the police will be looking for you, and they'll start here. Oh, don't worry about that. I've got it all figured out. Come see my new house. Mom showed me a secret door at the back of a wardrobe that led to a tiny, fully furnished room. I made this the last time I was here. Nobody is ever gonna find me. I couldn't believe all this was happening. I had no choice but to help my mom, even though I recalled Grandma's chilling warning. But what if Mom had changed? I couldn't live with myself if I handed over my own mom to the police. Of course, Mom's jail escape was all over the news, and everyone at school looked at me even more than usual, like I was a criminal. Which I suppose I was now, kinda. Sybil sent the invitations to her Halloween party and I didn't get one. So
جديد مجموعة سانسلك بقوة الكولاجين والسيراميد. تألقي بشعرك مع سانسلك.
Welcome to Toca Life World. Create characters, design houses, free to download.
I returned once again to the zero friend zone. The thing that angered me the most was that every time I tried to spend time with Mom, she had an excuse, much like those kids who didn't want to be my friends. You should go to your room. It's lights out soon. But you're not in prison. I meant I have an icky tummy, so unless you're armed with a truckload of scented candles, then good luck. One day on my walk home, I noticed that Ronan was following me, probably ready to tease me about my mom's news fiasco. I rolled up my sleeves and turned around to glare at him, and then I walked smack into a lamppost.
Blake, are you okay? I need to talk to you.
I didn't stop walking.
Look, I'm really sorry for that time in class. I wasn't trying to make fun. My own mom's in jail too.
I was going to stop, but then I thought, nope.
Wait, there's something else. My mom helped your mom get out of jail.
Okay, then I stopped. Okay, the last time I looked in the mirror, which wasn't that long ago, I didn't have idiot written on my forehead.
She pushed the laundry basket in which your mom escaped.
A gasp escaped my mouth before I could stop it.
Your mom promised to do something for my mom, and she hasn't. So you'll have to do it.
Forget it. I won't do it.
That's a shame. I wouldn't want the police to find out about your mom's secret room. DM me when you've done it. Oh, by the way, your forehead says pretty, not idiot.
I felt my cheeks burn. Flattered? Yes. Angry? Very. I ran home and confronted Mom, hoping she would get me out of this. But,
Yeah. Can you please go and get some stuff from this locker at the train station?
no, and no.
Ronan's mom is crazy and dangerous. She could harm us. Please, you must, or Ronan will turn me in.
How could she get me involved in something like this? I wanted to refuse, but I just couldn't. When I reached the train station, it took forever to find the locker. A homeless man and an old couple stared at me, and I started to get a little paranoid. What if this was a trap? And that homeless man and that old couple were undercover police waiting to jump on me when I opened the locker. So I ran. Well, okay, zigzagged. And I had to strategically move around people to get out, but you get the drift. After that, I worried all the time that Ronan might take his revenge. Then you will never believe what happened. I was walking to class one day when Sybil half smiled at me a little longer than 2 seconds. Blake, did you get my Sybilween party invite? No, I don't think we've ever swapped contact numbers. If you already have plans, don't worry about it. But if not, come. Wow. Just wow! I was definitely surprised, but it was my chance to do a teenage thing for a change, and I was gonna take it. So I got the best costume I could find and went as a spider, complete with 8 legs that stuck out and wiggled when I moved. The party was incredible. Everybody was there. Sybil made this big deal about coming out from behind a curtain like she was Ariana Grande to reveal her witch costume. Ironic, huh? She even fully smiled at me. For the first time in ages, I forgot about my mom and all her problems. But suddenly, 2 policemen barged their way in. Then it was total chaos as vampires and zombies ran in different directions, angel wings broke, mermaid tails got stepped on, and devil horns flew off. A ghost even got stuck trying to get out of a window. But that wasn't the worst part. Not even close. This serious-looking policeman stepped forward.
We're looking for Blake Myers.
Everyone looked at me. I should have come as the invisible woman. I always knew you'd end up in jail like your mom.
We've had a tip-off from an undisclosed source that you have stolen goods.
What? The police searched me, but I didn't have anything stashed in my spider legs, so they just left. Yet, the party was completely ruined, and of course, everyone blamed me. I can't believe Ronan convinced me to invite you. I froze as I realized that the undisclosed source was Ronan, and he had set me up in revenge. I wanted to kill him, but he wasn't the only one to blame for turning me into the ultimate outcast. If my mother hadn't escaped from prison, my life would be normal. At least a bit more normal. When I got home, I made sure she got an earful. I'm done with you. You were ruining my life and putting my freedom in danger just to eat a ham sandwich hiding in a closet. You don't care about anyone but yourself. You are the worst mom ever, and I wish you were back in jail. I was done. Done trying to please everyone, and most importantly, done letting myself be walked all over. Ronan was the next name on my list. I went to the park, and there he was, with this man wearing a smart suit. He handed the man a newspaper-wrapped parcel in exchange for money, just like my mom used to do. I yelled at the top of my voice, "Oi, Ronan Matthews!" I marched over, and Ronan took a step back. The man with Ronan ran as his life depended on it.
Blake,
Did you rat me out to the cops? You freaking snitch!
No, I didn't. I swear. It was my mom. She was trying to get revenge on you and your mom. I even tried to stop her because, Blake, The thing is, I just can't stop thinking about you. It's always been you.
He stared at me with soft, wide eyes, and then he leaned in slowly. Oh, please, like I'm stupid enough to believe that? Just back off or else.
Or else what, Angel? Don't you forget, I
Out of the shadows into the light.
فرص أكثر 100%. مسؤوليات أكثر 100%.
know where your mommy is, and it would take just one phone call to...
I had enough of everybody telling me what to do and threatening me. Your bad guy career ends now, Ronan. Time to punch out. I clenched my fist, ready to punch Ronan with enough force to send him to a parallel universe. But he dodged me, and I punched his rucksack instead, sending it flying to the ground with all its contents falling out. Jewelry spilled everywhere, and people looked over to see what the commotion was about. Ronan bolted like he was in the Olympics 100-meter race, but tripped over his skateboard and twisted his ankle. He tried to crawl away, but he hadn't even made it 10 meters by the time the police arrived to arrest him. I was pretty proud of standing up for myself, but then it hit me. Ronan would blab, and Mom would get arrested again. Panic mode activated. I sprinted home ASAP. When I got home, the front of the house was full of police cars. I ran to the officer who seemed to be in charge of the operation. Officer, I don't know what Ronan told you, but my mom is not here.
Who is Ronan?
Wait, what? I mean, what are you doing here again? How many times are you gonna come check my house? My mother is not here.
Save the act. Your mother called and told us everything.
Oh no! Have you arrested her?
No, she fled before we arrived, but she called and told us everything about how you helped her escape prison and then hid her in your secret room.
Say that one more time? I was so dazed and shocked that I didn't even react when the officer pulled out his handcuffs and cuffed me.
You have the right to remain silent.
No, wait, this is a big misunderstanding.
Anything you say can be used against you in court.
Officer, she lied. She's a liar. That's what she does. I kept kicking and screaming, but the officer dragged me into his patrol car and then took me to the police station. That's it. My life was completely over. They locked me in a cell. The other inmates looked at me like I was their new prison piñata. And just to add to the drama, I even got a note from Ronan's mom. It said she was waiting for me and had a little drawing of her playing basketball with my head. That's like sweet, right? Because we're playing together, maybe it means we can be friends, right? Right, guys? Luckily, my gran came to the rescue. I told you not to help her, Blake. You see, this is what happens when you trust her. You were right, Granny. I thought, anybody can change, but I am so stupid.
Oh, Blake, you are not stupid. You are right. Anybody can change, but not everybody wants to.
Don't worry, I'm gonna get you out of here. Gran used all her money to hire the best lawyer she could find. For my part, my rehearsals worked, and I convinced the judge that I was a victim in an Oscar-worthy performance. That, plus the fact that I was still a minor, made the court show mercy and only sentenced me to community service. Once again, I was free. Surprisingly, my short stint in prison didn't turn me into a social outcast as I thought it would. Instead, it made me quite popular. I was the tough girl. Everyone wanted to hang out with me and hear my jail stories. I decided to play the role. There you have to win your reputation. So, the first day, I walked right up to the toughest person in the joint and, well, I can't tell you what I did to her. I don't want to make you an accessory to a crime. Oh, and about my mother, she was caught trying to cross the border hidden in the small trunk of a car. I am so innocent. I just fell asleep there. Eventually, my anger disappeared, and I even managed to get something good out of the whole thing. When I finished high school, I launched an interior design business specializing in small hidden rooms. It was a smashing hit. With the money I made, I started a charity to help people who had served time in jail, because not everyone wants to change, but those who do deserve a shot.